Hi, welcome to Mrs. Park's Algebra 1 class. This is part 2 of Chapter 4, Section 4, Parallel and Perpendicular Lines. Okay, so in the previous video we learned about parallel and perpendicular lines. We learned that parallel lines have the same slope and perpendicular lines have the opposite reciprocal. That means change the sign upside down. So determine whether the graphs y equals 5 and x equals 3 and y equals negative 2x plus 1 are parallel or perpendicular, and explain. So when you graph this, you know the horizontal and vertical lines are going to have a perpendicular relationship. So from the graph you can see that y equals 5 and x equals 3 is perpendicular, and nothing else is really parallel or perpendicular. So only those two, this graph and that graph, are perpendicular to each other. Right, so number 3, determine whether the graphs, okay, here's your graph, here's your other graph, and your last graph. So those 4 graphs. So tell me if they have any kind of relationship. Now this one, the first one, you can't really tell what the slope is, so you need to change this into y equals mx plus b. Oops, mx plus b. And then find out what your slope is here. This one, you know slope is 3, and that one, there's no slope. So tell me if they're parallel, perpendicular, and explain. Alright, welcome back. Example 4, perpendicular line through a given point. Write an equation in slope-intercept form for a line that passes through negative 4, 6, and is perpendicular to the graph of, okay. So here we don't know what the slope is, but we can find out by doing slope-intercept. So we're going to change this, move it around so it looks like y equals mx plus b. So here you take away 2x on each side, you get 3y equals negative 2x plus 12, divided by 3 on each side, and you get y equals negative 2 over 3x plus 4. By doing this, I know the slope is negative 2 over 3. Now, a line perpendicular to that will be positive 3 over 2. Okay? So next step, you have positive 3 over 2 as a slope, and you want to put in point slope form, and they give you the points negative 4, 6. So instead of x1, you're going to put negative 4. Instead of y1, you put 6. I'm going to simplify the minus a negative until plus. Okay? Now I'm going to add 6 to each side to get rid of that, and you have y equals left on the left. 3 over 2x plus the 2 6's will be a positive 12. So there's my final answer. Okay, so here's your turn number 4. Write an equation in slope-intercept form. That means y equals mx plus b. Okay, so your final answer should look like that in that format. For the line that passes through 4, 7, and is perpendicular to the graph of, so from here, the slope is 2 over 3. Perpendicular slope should be opposite reciprocal. Goes past through 4 and 7. So write an equation that will look like this, using the perpendicular slope here, and goes through 0.47. Alright, so here's your final slide. Today's video lesson was a very short one. So let's review what we just learned. Parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Parallel lines, two non-vertical lines, are parallel if they have the same slope. A symbol, you have two lines going up and down, parallel. So line AB is parallel to line CD. When you see it on a graph, you can see they're going the same direction and they will not meet. Perpendicular lines, you have two non-vertical lines, are perpendicular if the product of their slope is negative 1. Okay. EF is perpendicular to GH. And when you see this on a graph, you see they have a nice 90-degree angle there, and that means they're perpendicular. Alright, so today's video was a short video, so thanks for watching. Make sure you hand in your homework tomorrow. Thanks for watching.